The energy spectra of the universe. There are 18 basic energy spectra in the universe. They correspond to 18 colors and 18 sectors of the universe. Each spectrum is subdivided into 17 spectra. The spectrum being subdivided is not duplicated. In total, we get 306, 18 and 17, energy spectra. Here are the spectra in descending order of vibration frequency: white, lilac, violet, light pink, crimson, blue, dark blue, indigo, light blue, sky blue, cyan, light green, dark green, golden, yellow, light orange, dark orange, scarlet, red, black. In combinations of spectra, the energy flows from a higher frequency spectrum to a lower frequency one. For example, the red spectrum in the blue sphere is a downward energy flow of the 12th level, while the blue spectrum in the black sphere is an upward energy flow of the 11th level. The division of the spectra takes place on the highest plane of being on the level of the absolute. Each energy spectrum of the universe is supported by 6 higher beings, who are mainly known as the gods of various ancient cultures. Here are the levels where they are located. 142. The sphere of archangels, male and female consciousnesses who are responsible for the realization of the acts of God related to the change of the universe and for the transfer of energy and information from up to down. 141. The sphere of elders, male consciousnesses who are spectral reflections of God the Father and the male aspect of the Absolute. They are responsible for the fulfillment of the creative will of God through each of the 306 spectra. 140. The sphere of priestesses of the primordial queen, female consciousnesses who are spectral reflections of the primordial queen and the female aspect of the Absolute. They are responsible for the shaping of the creative concepts of God through each of the spectra. They have an emanational connection with the 101st level. 128. The sphere of God's spirits, male and female consciousnesses who are responsible for supporting the spiritual evolution of people and maintaining the cycle of energy in the upward energy flow which results from the evolution. They have an emanational connection with the 142nd level, with the only difference that 142s act mainly downwards, while 128s upwards. Every location, a planet, a territory on a planet, a star, etc., as well as every person has a unique spectrum. Thus, we can say that there are 306 branches of the race, based on the spectrum of the human monad. The gods are generally in charge of the races and territories of their spectrum, but this is not a strict rule, since all people live in interaction with one another. For example, the red spectrum in the black sphere, further referred to as the red-black spectrum, the territory of India. 142. Vishnu, Durga. 141. Brahma. 140. Sarasvati. 128. Kama, Lakshmi. The violet light blue spectrum, the territory of Scandinavia. 142. Odin, Frigg. 141. Tyr. 140. Jord. 128. Yule, Sif. They could also appear in other cultures under different names. For example, in Babylon, Vishnu was known as Shamash, Lakshmi as Mylita, Sarasvati as Tiamat, Brahma as Dumusid, etc. Each energy spectrum has a specific purpose in creation. For example, the green spectra support nature and are supported by higher beings of these spectra. The strongest natural places of power, of the dark green and light green spectra, are located in Africa, Ireland, and Siberia, and self-development of people who live there is mostly based on interaction with nature. People with the monad of this spectrum also tend to yearn for nature. Knowing the properties of the spectra, you can make your energy impact on any object more specific. Later we will be exploring the topic in more detail, since literally everything in the universe has one of the 306 spectra. Translated by Kira Gradova.